Hello and welcome to the DFS underscore PhD show for today, the 6th of December. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money, and it could theoretically be us. It's a pretty fun slate. Last couple of days have not been awesome. I haven't really been enjoying two-game slates. So yeah, I didn't MME them. I will do 20 tonight, I think. Yeah, put 20 in the four and then probably cover six of them with that 888 qualifier that I like. Now, I did a lot of these line changes, but I will say a lot of this is a hat on a hat. And why is it a hat on a hat? Because there are two teams with value, basically one, Portland. So play Portland players. That's the whole thing today so far. It's possible we get additional value or whatever, but especially if Anthony Simons is out, you got to play Portland guys. A lot of them, and my caps would go up on the guys, and other guys would definitely become very huge values here. But assuming that he's in for now, Jabari Walker, hard to get away from. He's going to play both the 4 and the 5 a lot, whether or not he starts. I like Jabari Walker. He's also a great point per minute guy. He's also a really just fun to watch basketball player out there. I've been enjoying Jabari this year more than the other Jabari, who is fine, but come on, man, play a little better. Duop Reith is another guy who, yeah, he's fine. I'm going to have up to 65% of him. You should too. At least match the field. He's going to be playing at least the backup 5 with Ayton out. Doubtful or is what it is at this time of the day, but we're assuming he's out. Other guys you got to really consider. Gafford against Embiid. Yeah, he probably doesn't smash. He probably gets in foul trouble. But what do you think the chances he doesn't get in foul trouble? 25%? Well, have 25% Gafford then, because if he doesn't get in foul trouble, he's going to smash because he's out there the whole time collecting rebounds, doing what big guys do, and he's going to have to be out there the whole time Embiid is. So that's more minutes than he usually gets. Same deals. Zubac and Pirtle are both just good. SaberSim's massively undervaluing them. The field is massively undervaluing them. Zubac has to go against so same deal with Zubac. You could definitely add in the fork. I don't think I actually did because I think it's too cute. Yeah, I didn't add any forks today because all the backups are appropriately priced. Like Tice. Tice is good for Showdown, but you don't need Tice on the main slate today. No fork necessary. If you're doing 150, I don't know, sprinkle maybe, but it still seems too cute. Speaking of, only leave $200 on the table. There's 11 games. 11 games means be picky. Let me show you ranked by projection. Top guys can all get there. So I have them all in the projections, all possible. But then I'm starting to take a lot of guys out. I don't know if Kyrie can get there. I don't know even Cat today. Can he get there? Yeah, close. 1%. It's just so many different guys on that team that can get there, So I probably shouldn't take him out. But it's just we've got so many good options today. Like Keontae George. So that's the other situation. Utah has a weird guard situation. Where Keontae is just getting a lot of minutes. I haven't even adjusted this yet, but I might, because how many minutes is this? This is giving him 32. Yeah, I think you got to give him a few more minutes than that. I think he's almost got to be projected for 40. How many? Yeah, I already have 65% of him, so I'm not going to go ahead and push any further at this point. But my general point is there's some guys today who just don't project well enough for me to take any action. Oh yeah, speaking of, in the Discord, if you like the prize picks, I've been giving out prize picks. They didn't hit yesterday, 2 out of 6 with 3 brutal hooks. But the day before, ding dong, 5 out of 5. So yeah, long term, you can check my picket. I am technically good at that too, but 10% is just not enough to get me excited. 10% is what you can get as that kind of gambler. And I get my entire lifetime of DraftKings, I'm at 70% or something, 50, and I'm getting consistently 50, 60% year over year from these satellites. So that's why I'm 5 to 6 times more excited about that than I am about the other thing. Just because some of you haven't probably heard that rant in a while. That's why it's like a bump on a log to me, because yeah, it's a bump on a log. You should do it. It's one of maybe your first responses to something. Also, what's going on with Jokic today? What's this ownership about? Have we not? Let's reload the ownership. Do we get an update and Jokic is appropriately owned at some point? No, still no ownership update from SaberSim. Because honestly, this is nuts. It's so ridiculous. If Jokic is really 0.73%, yeah, 50% Jokic, fine. On a slate with infinite value, what? No way. I just don't. Can't possibly be true. Can't possibly be true, right? What are you guys doing? You're playing Embiid against Washington, 8% of you. That's logical and reasonable. But I mean, I'm double that as well. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. There's value even in the native projection for you guys. Duop, Jabari, and then what? Who? Let me just look at the ownership. Something's missing for me. Bojan. So like, okay, okay, I see what it is. There's just so many games today that after these Portland guys that everybody agrees will be value, we get into a zone where there's just like whatever. Like Giddy is like 15% owned, gross. Tate at 14% on this slate. Get him out of here. Gallinari at 12%, throw him in the trash can. There's some of these plays are just garbage plays. If I had 150, wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. Gross plays up here. So that's what it is. People are just not sure where to go after this. But I mean, that's enough value already. You don't need to go any more like question. You don't see any other questionable values here, right? Like, I mean, I guess Kamara at 25% is the one. Maybe we're kind of pushing it, but that's not even value. I mean, yeah, we're definitely pushing it there. Let me say 25%. Okay. I don't want him to be more than 15% play. I just don't have any confidence in this guy, his performance. He's such a bad point per minute player. I just hate relying on that. Did I goose anybody else? I guess I goosed Kobe White a little bit because Levine's still out. Killian Hayes a little bit because he's good. Jaren Jackson Jr. just because what is going on with the projections here? A low owned Jaren Jackson Jr. I'm definitely gonna have 10% sprinkled in there. I don't understand. 1.7%. I literally, why is he not 5% at least? I know there's just not that many options. Even if I guess everybody's jamming that's probably what it is. The other thing you could try out on this slate if you want, since it seems like the kind of slate where you're going to see Sims affect ownership, is you could try to bake that in and say, okay, well, Sims are going to make Jabari be 75%. Sims are going to make Duop be like 65%, So like if you wanted to build it in just so that, your own Saber Sim, whatever Saber score or contest Sims calculation can build it in. That's what you could try to do. You've seen the Sheets tweets about that. Sheets tweets. Hey, that works pretty well. Anyway, let's see. Don't really like having that much Tim Hardaway Jr. Pop him to 15%. He's fine, but like just barely fine. He's a GPP play, kind of like if he hits a shot, it's great. He gets there. If he doesn't, bye-bye to your money. So that's why I've done that. This is not my final run of in case a lineup pops up. Obviously, stuff's going to happen. It's still just 10:30 Pacific time. So make sure you're checking it out. Oh, I still have this up. I might as well show it. So I checked my roto tracker just because, you do that from time to time as a responsible adult. It's the beginning of the month. You make sure everything's going fine. Number one, satellites are going great. Number two, they're going even better still in these like more expensive satellites. 100%. So, I mean, obviously it's like a bunch of these positives, but that's this year. Yeah. So, I mean, I was trying to see if the ones I'm doing on Madden, are they bringing me up or down? And it turns out that the cheap ones, not really bringing me up. They're like a little below average. The $1 ones are bringing me up. I mean, and it's selective too, right? Because I'm only choosing these competitions when they have the overlay. So that's why the ROI is so consistent, and I can do it year over year. Like, right? I've done this before, so I'm confident. If I just look at satellites this year, 54%. If I look at it lifetime, 57%. It's a self-similar thing. If there's one thing I can tell you, it's that overlay works because it's the law of that. It's like just math, like that's why I can check it without being like, oh no, what's it going to show on my roto tracker? It's going to show it going up, up and away because all I ever do is play in positive EV satellites. And so as long as you do that and start like, I've really enjoyed finding these 8888 qualifiers, these mega millionaire qualifiers where you can get real money behind positive EV satellites. Absolutely awesome. The satellite strategy is great. Glad to see PK Nuge having success out there as well. But, I learned this from somebody else as well. I learned this from the Occupy Fantasy guys. It's a trick that's out there. And that like, I mean, you can tell it's working because who's joining those contests like 15, 20 at a time in the last minute. It's like Utica. It's like David Brigman. It's all the best players in the world have a timer set for whatever, 6:58 tonight. And they got $150 if they need to. Like, who cares, right? I mean, no offense, but that if you care about that, don't play that amount of money on a satellite, right? It's just that simple. I cared about that amount of money for years and years and years up until it's before the $100,000 win. It's like After my first $10,000 win, I wouldn't have cared about 150 bucks anymore for this kind of thing. As soon as I have a positive expected value thing, that's all that matters. It matters more than any of this dumb stuff I'm talking about for any specific slate. Who cares? Jabari Walker getting foul trouble tonight. Wham, wham. We throw the money away. We say you have to be able to turn over another leaf. That's why I'm about to do probably soon a first video in this series of like, basic terms, basic planning and stuff. And so one of those terms is overlay. And okay, I forget where that exact rant was going. But you can see who the core is. There's no question about it. Portland guys. Cram them in. Jabari Walker, your Duop Reef. Where's my Duop Reef? Why is he so low? Don't know why my Duop Reef is so low. I guess we're not projecting him to how many minutes? 24. They're giving him 24 minutes. I still think that's wrong. I mean, like in 24 minutes, doesn't he have a better per IQ minute? I think he's like a point per minute guy easy with these specific guys on the court. Or I mean, with no Jabbar, he's a great. He's been smashing, right? I mean, let's see, Ayton off the court and Jeremy Grant off the court. My instinct is Duop Reith be smashing. No, okay. 36 point per minute, 36 in 36 though. Okay, so yeah, so that's a point per minute guy. So that means they are slightly underestimating him in 24 minutes with 21. So got to make sure your Duop's right. Make sure your Duop is set right. He should be one of your top values on the slate. If he is not one of your top values on the slate, you doing it wrong. You should have a lot of Duop Reith tonight. So yeah. Keontae George, Simons, Jabari Walker, Duop Reith, and if Simons is out, plug in another guy from it probably goes it's not a great other guy. We all know it's not another great other guy. It's like Scoot, it's like who's this other guy for Portland? I'd rather it be Simons. Like gosh, I really hope I don't have to play Scoot that much. I really hope I don't have to play whoever else it is. I forget. Okay, let's just do it. I've learned how to do this now. Sort by projection. You go to Portland within SaberSim, and you filter just the Portland guys, just to look. And just to see Shaden Sharpe. That's the guy. Okay, that's fine. I'll play a bunch of Shaden Sharpe, no problem, if we get the other. Wait, Brogdon's in? What? Is that? Oh. Well, he should probably be in my pool then. What was the court IQ at? I mean, Brogdon 46. Brogdon, massive usage bump, right? Yeah, what's going on with this projection for Brogdon? So Brogdon's definitely in the pool. Excuse me, guys. I just at some level I take SaberSim's word that they've got a reasonable amount of this built in, but come on, I shouldn't have to tell that. I mean, honestly, 0.2% to the field. What are y'all doing? I mean, obviously I just did it as well, but it's tough to click 46 for a projection for Malcolm Brogdon, but that's the appropriate projection tonight. I mean, 36 minutes? We're giving him the minutes, right? Yeah, well, 30 minutes. Is he working his way back from injury? What do we got for Portland Trailblazers? Game log. This is also just an example of how you can work your way through what's going on. Why is this guy not projected for an appropriate number of minutes? So they're obviously doing bad. It's the Jazz, pretty good example of a game that I think. Oh no, they had a bunch of guys, so we're not going to figure out. We also have Mays here on the bench. Shaden Sharpe played 44 minutes. What? Overtime. It was like, how in the world does that even happen? Okay, so but yeah, Brogdon's going to play infinity minutes, 38 minutes in this game. The last game, right? Oh, that was overtime, so 33 minutes in regular time, assuming he played all of the overtime. So what am I missing, right? He's projected for 30 minutes here. No, you should project him for more minutes. And I'm going to project him for 36 and a smash. So he's definitely got to be in there. And what was Shaden Sharpe at? I mean, like, he's also on this court IQ. Shaden Sharpe, he's got to be good, 35.6. So now how many minutes are we? So you just got to figure out what's going on. Like, whenever you have a disagreement like this is a substantial disagreement I'm having with SaberSim. I just got to figure out where it's coming from. It's a rates thing. They're not properly adjusted. You have to make sure you're whenever there's a significant off the court factor, they're clearly having trouble adjusting to that. So make sure you're adjusting that manually using court IQ, seeing how many minutes it is. First of all, like Moses Brown, 12 minutes, Simons 1 minute. Also, that's not great. I mean, Simons is going to be a big part of this. So, okay, that's probably why he's not he is projected to be in. That's what messes all this up. Yeah, because we have no sample overlapping with Simon's in. So let's bring our confidence levels down on Brogdon. Let's bring our confidence levels down on Sharpe. Now we're gonna pop them right back to where these were if Simons is out. This was my getting geared up for things, assuming, I guess, in the back of my mind that Simons is out. But assuming he's in, we don't gear these guys up quite as much, but they're still very in play. I mean, it's not clear that Simons is going to go immediately back to being the Simons guy that he always has been. At least when he's given the opportunity. I know he's not, he's not that great. I get it. Oh, Jabari's the reason they keep saying this is broken. I don't care. You can have 90% Jabari if you want. If he starts, you can have 90% Jabari. If Duop starts, you can have 90% Duop. I mean, like even in 18 minutes or whatever, 24 minutes for sure. Look at that. They're saying, 100% Jabari is a fine stand today. I don't think it would kill you. This guy is out there. He's one of those like Alsar Thompson types. He's out there getting every stat, every play. And even if you go down, you don't feel bad because he was trying to get you every stat. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, that's the same. I mean, honestly, that's every single person that I have here, I feel that way about. Possibly not including PJ Washington. It's not that level of guy. There's a situation in Charlotte right now. Somebody's got to take the shots with if LaMelo's still out. I assumed that based on what I was seeing here, LaMelo was still out. Yeah. And that's the thing, like they're just facing such a terrible opponent that I just can't get to much Rozier. Like, yeah, I know he smashed. I know he could go for 60, but like, ugh, Chicago's so bad, man. The whole game's gonna suck. I can't watch it. Like, there's value everywhere in the game. I know. Like, I'm probably still even getting to some of it because I didn't X guys off. I mean, like I got a little Patrick Williams nibble here that I don't like at all. It's at 18%. Yeah, X that off. And Kobe White's where I'm getting to, I guess, for that game. But there's definitely the other guys are in play, right? Like, I mean, DeRozan's not bad. Yeah, these guys are fine. Vooch is not bad. I mean, DeRozan's like right on the border of fine to leave in there. I didn't leave him in, but I did, I think, leave Vooch in. I don't remember. It's not, I just don't like the team. Yeah, I left Vooch in the pool. He's just not chosen because he's not a great option. So that's the thing. Like, why would you play any of these guys? Like, why would I play Anthony Edwards when I could play Embiid? Why would I play Anthony Edwards when I could play Jokic? I mean, I'm sure there's a price difference, even if, I know Edwards is questionable, bad point, but I mean, Shea today at Houston, tough opponent. Udoka's playing defense on him. I took an over. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure he's one of my overs. Yeah, he's going to be out there a lot. He's going to be out there a lot. He's going to be shooting a lot. He could score a lot. I mean, same thing with Jalen Williams. But this isn't the Houston from like running up and down the court from last year. So it's not it's an okay fantasy matchup, but I'm totally fine with not having that at the top. Like, we just got the news that Kyrie's in, so Luka's out, right? I mean, that's all it is. It's as simple as that for me today at 11-7. When we got Embiid with no Harden, I guess is basically still the rate he's at, and Jokic with like no Murray. I mean, I don't even know if that's helping him at this point. Jokic is just nuts. And I mean, I've manually bumped Jokic. They're projecting him for 60. Probably math says that, but like, I don't care about math. I care about if Jokic is scoring a triple double with 20 and 15 and 15 tonight, right? Like, he can do that. Like, he's done that randomly, like 2 of the last 6 games or something, right? That's 33% of the games. He could smash this slate on his face. And he's not even 13. He was like 13,000 plus a couple slates ago, properly priced. He is not properly priced anymore. So I would eat I'm getting as much Jokic as I can possibly get in tonight at 0.7%. I might have, is that 10? I'm 100 times the field on Jokic. That's fine. That accurately reflects my belief in Jokic tonight. Number one, I don't believe for a second he's going to be 0.7% owned. But if he is, I'm just going to, I might put more down on the slate. Like, I didn't really like the slate that much, but what are y'all doing? 0.7% Jokic. Okay. All right. That's enough yelling at you guys about Jokic. You're not going to do it. You're going to jam Jokic. There's enough value for it. And Utah guys, I guess the other place to get some amount of value. Did I even say other guys? Your Keontae George is fine. I said the Charlotte guys. Jaren Jackson Jr. is fine. I got Draymond in here is fine. Yeah, 10%. Okay, take a shot. Who cares? I'm just, at some point, I think Draymond's going to get more minutes. And when he does, he could be like that explosive, get a steal, get a dunk guy. So fine. Tice a little too speculative for this slate, but he's gonna get the minutes. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing now. This is all just fine. There's a lot of value. I guess that's the point I was trying to make here. A lot of value. So what in the world is people not doing jamming Jokic tonight? I'll tell you what they're doing. Thinking too much, running too many sims. Well, I'm not running that many sims today. I'm just saying, hey, Jokic is on the slate. Cool. All right. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough. And gosh darn it, someone who plays Jokic has got to win that money. Might as well be us.